this Lord. Never seen him. But he's such a phenomenal individual that walked and looked at the same sun that we look at. It's a blessing to look at the sun because this was a sun that used to shine on a Job. You look at that sun and almost had alhamdulillah, that same sky, alhamdulillah, they saw Job. And it's still shining. We are their descendants. When Noah, 950 years, can you imagine 950 years, living on this life, 950 years? We can't even imagine that. And at 50 years old, Allah Almighty speaks to him and tells him that he got to build an ark in a desert that had never rained before. At 50 years old. Now he ain't no kid. He's a grown man. Then out of 950 years, only 72 people, his wife rejected and his son rejected. His son didn't get on the ark. His son went up to a mountain. He didn't get on the ark. And he says, oh Allah, you have wronged my son, my son. Allah said, he's not of you. If he was of you, he'd have been on the ship. He'd have been on the ship with you. Allah says our family is Allah and his apostle in the community of believers. Not just the community of people coming together saying they believe in Allah, but the ones who are able to pass the test. Those are the ones that's better than the rest. That's the distinction. Don't get that twisted now. There's a whole lot of people be going up in the churches and the mosques and the synagogues. But very few of them will be a Job in all situations. Very few of them will be a Noah. You have to know that Allah Almighty is our creator. No one deserves to be worshipped more than Allah Almighty. Those that Allah Almighty sent to us, we love them because they're bringing us a message from the one that we love. Takbir! Allahu Akbar! When you get a check in the mail, you love to send it. You know what it is. It's a check. You're getting paid. When the people saw those prophets, they knew that they were going to get paid with Iman. Because once you get Iman, can't nobody take that from. Shaitan tried to take his Iman. See, he temporarily took the Iman of Adam and Eve. And it made them fall. It made them weak. It made them earthbound. It made them earthlings. They didn't have the heavenly power to stay in paradise. He took their greatest treasure, their Iman. And it wasn't until they regained their Iman on Arafat, when Allah Almighty forgave them, they ascended back to paradise. Ain't nobody seen them sin. You ain't gonna see them no more riding down here. They didn't learn their lesson. And they told their children about the lesson. And they told their children's children about the lesson. And he said, my family will be those who keep the message. Not the one just in my blood. They say, blood is thicker than water, but spirit is thicker than blood. It's the connection to Allah Almighty that's the family of Allah Almighty. That has to be our design. We get it twisted, and that's why we're in pain. We all go through that, but we have to learn that. These are lessons for us. We're on a journey to the power of the Lord of power. And our real iman is shown through how we deal with our everyday tests, trials, and tribulations. Not how many top bids we can give or how beautiful we can look in our garments. But when those tests come on you that you don't make sense, why are you being tested? There's no logical explanation. Job, what was he doing? He was a righteous man. Bam! Take his money. Take his honey. Take his fun. Take his son. Just like that. Then guess what? Allah gave it all back to him double, triple, quadruple. Job still poor. This is the fellowship that Allah Almighty. Allah said, this is the beautiful fellowship I have with my servants. They look to me only because they know that I'm the one that gives and takes. I'm the one that increases and decreases. And they know that. Through their souls, their being. And they don't forget it. And that's what makes them devil fighters. Everybody's not a devil fighter. When we have trials and difficulties in our life, we're going to have them. That's part of our training. Who you going to call on? Ghostbusters? Who you going to call? This is our reality. This is real. This is in living color here. Pinch yourself. I bet you feel it. This is real. This ain't no joke. Satan come on you from all kind of ways. He gonna try to kill you and then take your goods. Satan robs, kills, and steals from us. He ain't no joke. He's still mad because he ain't the Khalifa. He's still baffled. I got Adam. How come I didn't get Job? Now, there are no prophets. And Islam is growing east to west, north to south. People who are jungle bunnies are growing up with Iman in their hearts. The downtrodden ones left to bleed. Deaf, dumb, and blind. Being raised up to say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah with sincerity and Iman and energy. Shaitan can't understand that. You know who's depressed? Shaitan is depressed. And when you key in on him and start following him, he's going to make you feel like, well, you got to fight him now. This is the stage of depression here. Everybody's going through a depression. It says recession. No, but depression through the heart, to the soul. Because everybody's thinking that they're going to lose their wealth. Then they lose their health. They lose their children. Lose everything. And I ain't going to have nothing. That's the mentality, and that's why the people now are being depressed. It's Job's reality. But where are the Jobs? And the Jobettes? Allah's calling us. Do we hear our Lord calling us?